Imagine, if you will, the sun and the moon. I've been taught and I've been told over and over again that both shine. But isn't it funny that the moon actually borrows its light from the sun and reflects on the earth? What are you doing to shine? How do you shine daily? And who's seeing your light and letting it reflect on them? We'll talk more about that with our next guest. Stay tuned. Welcome, guys, to an all-new episode of Grace Talks, where we grow with a little grace. We are here to inspire, we are here to inform, but most of all, we're here to incite you to another level of life. On today's episode, I'm very excited about our guest, who is no stranger to growing or shining. She's a mother, she's a CEO. She is an executive. She likes to travel. I'm sure you've seen her all over social media. And I keep asking myself, where is Tawana going to end up today? But today, she took the time from her travels, probably in Bermuda or, Zimbabwe. I don't know. She took the time to talk to us, Grace Talks. So here she is, Tawana Anderson. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. And no, I am home this week. Not much traveling going on during COVID.
Okay. How have you been? I mean, I haven't seen you in person for decades.
I'm doing well. I mean, I'm here in Dallas. I've been here. I moved from New Orleans to here. Probably it's been 21 years. Well, it'll be 21 years actually. February. Yes.
Well, you still look the same.
Thank
so
you. That's good.
Whatever it is you're taking, I would really love to know if you could send me a bottle that would last me for the next 10 years, because I need it. Pretty much. Yes. Thank you so much for doing this. I have to say, you have been a blessing to my life, even though we haven't talked in years, and we'll explain how we got connected in a little bit. But you have been a blessing to my life and for ages to come. So whatever it is I can do to promote Tawana Anderson and S.H.I.N.E, please let me know, because I'm on board. I've already put in the drop about a S.H.I.N.E conference in Houston, hint, hint. But I'm gonna keep that to myself. So
we can make that happen.
What's going on with you today?
Nothing much, really. Just actually living this S.H.I.N.E lifestyle every day. Like you say, S.H.I.N.E stands for stuff happens. It's not the end, and it's something that I live every day. And trust me, something happens every day to make me live it. So. Today was just like going back and forth with a colleague trying to figure out the next move for me. So I'm just trying to live that S.H.I.N.E lifestyle. And then my babies come in tomorrow, so I'm excited.
You still call them that, huh?
Yes, I do. I still call them my babies.
I'm going to talk about that in a second, too, because I saw the picture and I said, baby, what is wrong with this lady?
I still call them my babies, yes.
So Can you tell the people exactly where you're from?
I
Eh,
am from Uptown New Orleans.
Hey, uptown.
Yeah, you have to say the up. I had to say the Uptown New
Yeah,
Orleans.
yeah. Third ward
Yes,
for me. I don't know.
13th for me.
We're not gonna hate. We're not gonna hate.
No, Third Ward is great too. So
Yes, yes. Now, that was pretty much um birth all the way through for a number of years being in that area of
well,
town.
actually, the rest of the family is in the Third Ward, so it's mostly the Third Ward, and then moving to the 13th
Okay,
around 8th grade. Yeah, once I
okay,
started going to McMain. Yeah.
okay. All right, all right. See how she just dropping them seeds in there? Y'all know where this conversation going. Y'all already know Mustangs are in the house. This is
Yes.
actually where we met, and I'm sorry to skip ahead, but I just got to say this: the we used to call it the Nashville Posse. I don't know if that got around, but that's what we called it because we all caught the Nashville bus together.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then I was privy to catch the Ferret with you
Yes.
a lot as well. So
Mhm.
yes, I spent a lot of days looking in your face. Yes, ma'am. So at a young age did you know what you wanted to do, or did you have a career path from a very early age in life, or how did you come about what you wanted to do in
So I always wanted to be an FBI agent. Like that was my dream job. I always envisioned like me getting ready for work, putting my gun on my hip with my badge and
life?
going to work. Right. That's just always been like a dream of mine when
what
I was
where
a
did
kid.
the cop stuff come from though?
I don't know. I think it's a kind of a bug in my family. So on my dad's side of the family, there's like a lot of people in like law enforcement in some kind of way, security or whatever. So I think there's like a bug in the family, like to do
Okay,
that kind of work. Yeah.
so with that being said, were you considered like a brainiac or entertainer or a security person in school or in the family growing up?
Growing up in the family, I was probably considered a brainiac. But I mean, when you go to a school like McMain, you like, I'm not a brainiac because there's just so many people there that are smart. But like in my family, yes. But at McMain, I would say that I just fit in as far as just being considered one of the what they called us nerds. So I went to the school for nerds like you, that they
I
would
have no idea what you're referring to, Tawana. I do not know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. We
I
were
could
the
never
school
be
for
a
nerds.
nerd.
Yes, that's the same way I feel. I could never be a nerd, but that's what we would consider.
It became regular for us. I wanted to ask, because I use this section really to get to know people and their background. So, um, you were kind of fashionable, and in shape, things of this nature when you came to McMain. So, where did that all stem from? The fashion statement, the staying in shape and being concerned about your health or the way you look or things like that. Where did that really begin? Mom, dad, sister,
My
brother?
grandmother,
Okay,
my
okay.
grandmother, she was really like really into fashion, like the way that you look and things like that. Like so when you walk in the house, the first thing she does is look down at your feet and look you up, and then either you were cute or you didn't. She'll be like, "Oh, you're cute today," or she probably just wouldn't say anything. But yeah, it kind of comes from her. She always loved like fashion and
Mhm.
always, complimenting me on the things that I wear. And even when she was alive, I would always buy her clothes for her, and my mom would be like, "She loved everything that you buy her." So
I noticed also that you mentioned in your book, which we will talk a lot of details about today, um, that there was a sixth grade teacher who also kind of attributed to the your fashion sense. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I remember in sixth grade, her name was Miss Tuckerson, and actually her son Lawrence Tuckerson went to McMain with us.
Okay,
I
okay.
was like
I don't know that
2 or 3 years under me. When I was going to school in sixth grade, she always had her hair was always done. She always had on nice clothes. And I would just look at her and be like, that's the type of woman I want to be. But not only just her too, I can also say that my aunts, my dad's sisters were kind of like that. One of them, she worked at a bank too.
Hmm.
And when she would come over every day after school to pick up my cousin because he would come to the house after school and she would come to pick him up. And every day she would have on a different suit with shoes to match. And so my love for shoes and fashion kind of came from those women because I just looked at them as like that's what a woman is supposed to look like.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm. That's good to have that foundation. We life has changed and evolved so much that a lot of the younger girls, females, may not have those examples available to them. As we had, men and women
I
available to
agree.
us. Um, and speaking of availability, I joked about you um, being all over the world. Did you all do a lot of traveling while you were a child or adolescent?
When I was younger, my mom always made sure she kind of exposed us to a lot of things. We did travel, some, but I would spend my summers in Cali when I was really young.
Why is that?
So yes, I would be in LA, actually Compton, during the summers, right?
Ooh, shucks.
Yeah, but it was like good. So my aunt was kind of like me, where she left home at 18 and went to school, and she got married, so she always lived in Compton.
Hmm.
And that's kind of how I am with my family. I moved at 18, and so they always would come and see me, and so they always, so like that's how I got exposed to traveling and actually getting on a plane and things like
Hmm.
that. But I would do that with my great grandmother, which
Ah,
my great grandmother would always take me with her.
wonderful. I didn't travel a lot, but I do remember going to the country towns of Louisiana, right outside of Baton Rouge, where I would be by my grandparents. But the opportunity to see Compton, I'm pretty sure that kind of, well, California in general, leaving Louisiana, I'm pretty sure that had a major impact on you as it related to how your brain functioned. Going, that's too.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, it did. I mean, and this was around the time where, like the blue and the red, like Crips and Bloods, kind
yeah.
of that kind of thing was going on too. So even packing to go there, I had to pick out what clothes I was gonna wear, like
Oh,
what I
wow.
could wear. But then when we were there, we would also do stuff like go to Knoxbury Farm, go to Disney, like, that kind of stuff. And go to Hollywood Walk of Fame. My family always made sure we had like activities the whole time I was there. So I did get exposed to a lot of other stuff. So yeah, I was in Compton, but it's with a New Orleans kind of flair because my aunt still cooked, so everybody in the neighborhood knew her. She cooked and all of that. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
and then you get exposed to all this other stuff. Yes. But it was during that time when, like gang culture was like really bad.
Colors,
Yeah.
colors.
Colors. Yes.
Wow, I had no idea. So since you were so intellectual and cerebral in the family, as you stated, you were then chosen to go to the illustrious, the ever popular, always appreciated, um, underestimated by so many others, the great high school, Eleanor Laura McMain
Yes.
Magnet School. Did you start at seventh grade or
No, it was eighth grade,
okay?
which is a hard grade to come in at McMain
How? Why is that?
because seventh grade everyone's new, and then eighth grade everyone knows each other. But then it's like honestly, I think it was eight of us that was new,
Okay.
and it's out of the whole class. So everybody else is there, and it's like eight new students. So I mean, I'm not gonna say it was difficult because I kind of think like the whole that crew that we were all kind of popular, like we kind
Okay.
of fit in. So yeah.
So, were there any extracurricular activities that you participated in?
So only cheerleading. Um,
Cheerleading. Hey,
yeah,
hey, hey.
yes. Cheerleading
Okay.
is my thing.
But I believe didn't I read somewhere that you did track at one time?
Yeah, so I ran track before I got to McMain.
Okay,
And
okay.
then when I got to McMain, like track was like a really big deal, but they already had like their team. And so I was like, well, I don't really know if I should run, that kind of thing, which was that's one of the things I do regret not running track at McMain.
Mhm.
Because at the school that I came from, I actually ran high school track when I was in the seventh grade.
Really?
Yeah. And
How did
so
that happen?
I got MVP and everything. Well, I mean, it was a school like McMain that went all the way up to 12th grade.
Okay.
And I was on the track team, but they threw me on the high school track team because I mean, I was really fast. So yeah, I used to be at all the Jefferson Parish High School meets.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think I feel like we were neglected. I'm gonna speak on behalf of the rest of the school that we were neglected not to experience you running. But uh maybe I'll be lucky to see a video in the near future. But I did read something that caught me off guard. T You sing or
I did.
past tense. Okay, okay.
Yes, I
'Cause I was
did.
gonna say
I was in a
why
choir at McMain.
I think I remember that.
Yes, I was.
But there were a lot of let's please be honest to the people. There were a lot of people in the choir at McMain that um
Probably couldn't sing. Yes, I mean,
okay.
and that was fine. That was fine. That was fine. But yeah, no, I used to sing in
They were
my.
just getting their credits on.
Yeah, you had to get your. I mean, it was a fun class too, and you get to like travel for the day and do
Yes.
stuff. Yeah, you
Yes.
get out of class. That's like you want to do extracurricular activities where you can get out of class and have fun during the class time.
Band and choir. That's all we look forward to. Yes, band and
Yes,
choir.
yes. But yeah, I sang like in my church choir and things like that. But then once I had the twins, and then I just didn't sing.
I'm gonna go with alto.
Yes,
All right. Yeah. I usually have that gift at hearing voices. But yeah,
yes.
okay. All right. So I have a note here from the book, and I want everyone to know. Let me show my audience. This is not a put on just for the talk show.
You read
I
the book.
need that to be understood. I don't do this. I don't do this to books. Anybody who knows me know. Uh, I might highlight a little bit and
Mhm.
then um, write some notes. But I was at work reading after the book arrived on, I think, a Tuesday evening, and I brought it to work on Wednesday.
Wow.
And by Thursday, I was done with the book.
That's
I was completely done. So I want to say, I'm going to go ahead and plug the book now, even though I know you're going to do that later. It's called Bruised and Broken to Shine, a memoir by Tawana Anderson. And I lie to you not. I know people say this because they have to, but I lie to you not. This was literally a page turner. I could not put it down.
thank you.
I was supposed to be working.
I have heard that I had someone stay up all night reading a book and then they was like I went to sleep for like 3 hours and I woke up and I was like I'm gonna finish it and then I had a couple people that was like I just sat down and just read the whole thing. Yeah, so that's good to know, especially when
Yes.
you hear from people who like don't know the story and then they
Who
read it
don't
and
read.
yeah, and I got a lot of that too. A lot of people be like I don't read books. I read your book.
I, I'll be honest with you. You know, we can't really say stuff like that coming from the school we went to.
Yes.
I read for work. I read
Mhm.
for I read for certain hobbies or tasks that I want to perform
Yeah.
on my own. But a lot of leisure reading I don't do.
Yeah. I
Your
understand.
book has me. read. I'm like, I can't tell you how many books I've read since I read your books, like 4 or 5 books. Now I'm like, okay, who else write like Tawana? Let me see. And can I
That's
is
so
is
good.
is this as good as Tawana book? Okay, no, it's not. Let me put this down. Yeah. But I was on page 13. It says I had heard that there were already. Let me see. I'm trying to find the spot. Um, okay, so it was talking about the regret about not running track, and I'm assuming this had to be eighth or ninth grade. So, were there any other moments of challenges that struck you in that transition to eighth grade and a new school, or were there any regrets that you had between coming from your old school and starting in a new school?
No, that was really, I mean, it was seamless, I would say, as far as like going to a new school. Because I mean, when you read the book, you'll know that like new schools was not like a new thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you
So
did talk about the challenge of and I wanna be careful, but you dealt with moments that seemed unstable or instability happening because of you moving around a lot. Talk about that for a moment, if you
so
would.
I mean, just moving around, comes new schools and things like that. And so it means that you get new friends and stuff like that. But I mean, I've never had a problem making friends. I
Hmm.
mean, I know that some people might be like, well, I didn't really like her, but most of the people who don't like me at some point will be like, I love her now. Because I know that I do, in some situations, I did come off as being like, not better than people, but I just don't like
You were
fake.
assertive.
Yeah, I just don't like fake kind of things. And so I just kind of try to stay away from those type of things. And so most of
What
the
month? What month were you born in?
February.
Okay. And is that a characteristic you've seen from other people in your
And
family?
Aquarius,
And
no,
and
Aquarius,
Aquarius? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, we're all kind of like that because we're really genuine people, and yeah, and so we just like to have a lot of genuine people in our space.
Understood, understood. I'm born in May. I like to have a lot of fun, but it's very, very hard for me to be fake, and
Yeah,
a lot of people tell me, this has been for years, and I'm pretty sure that you are this way from what I was reading. Uh, I wear it on my face.
me too.
So you cross me, I might still if I'm operating in a professional setting, I'm going to still do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah,
But at the same time, you coming across my path, yeah.
your face is gonna tell what you're thinking. Like my mom always had this thing, like, oh my god, I wish I could talk to her right now. She'll say, "Fix your face," like she always says that. Like that's her thing, fix your face. She'll be across the room somewhere, and I see her going, like, and it's like, fix your face. And I'm just like, okay, so sorry. And she's
Well,
like,
we have your mom on the other line. Just kidding.
that's funny. And even my best friend says this. She was like, if we're out and a guy's coming to talk to me, she said they could tell immediately if I like him or not. They like my face, just expressions. I'm like, are y'all serious? It's like, yes, just watch her face. And you'd be like, oh, she don't like him. Or they'd be like, oh, she likes him. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. So you have that demeanor. Well, I'm gonna say this as we go to break, and I'm pretty sure your hair is gonna stand up on your head. But I was one of those admirers that chose not to say anything um, in high school. I think this may have been probably my ninth or no, my 10th grade year, and that would have put you in.
Like probably eighth grade.
Okay, yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
97?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, that was, yeah, that was your first year then. And I was like, wow, she is so beautiful.
Oh, thank
And I
you.
was like, mm, no.
But she was approachable and fun and funny and all that stuff that people see now. And I'm like, I'm the same person. Same person.
Saw the mean mug. once or twice standing at the bus stop,
I
and
can see
I
that.
made up that day. I was like,
I can see that. I can see
I'm not gonna mess with her.
that.
But we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Book to those of you who may just be tuning in. Uh, Tawana has written an awesome book entitled Bruised and Broken to Shine. In chapter 3, uh, titled How Did I Get Here, you mentioned about your upbringing and the neighborhood in which you lived, and that's what we've been talking about. So as we continue talking in the personal life area, you said, after living and breathing in my environment, I wanted to be a game changer, a good example for young girls coming up behind me. Um, Tell our listeners what brought on that mindset and what you were facing in your environment that caused you to think like
I just, when you grow up in an environment like in New Orleans, it's a lot of drugs. I mean, murder capital of the world, that kind of thing. Girls having babies and just stuff like that. I just looked at that and told myself that I just wanted to be something else that they could see that was different because I had saw different, right? And so we need to know that people can make it out. I just had a friend actually hit me up probably like 3 days ago. And she's like, I'm always, and this is a girl that grew up across the street from me.
that.
And she said, I'm always telling my daughter about you, that like your circumstances don't define who you are, and you can get out of here. Like you can get out of here. And so
Right,
I always wanted to be that. And so wanting to be a game changer and feeling like I wasn't a game changer, actually I was, because like I said, 3 days ago, she's telling her daughter about me,
right, right.
and that's changing the game for girls in my neighborhood, grew up in my neighborhood, and women who look like me, and so to me that was important. I mean, we always have to set examples, even now in the workplace, with other women that look like me, that are black women. I mean, we have to let them know that you can be at certain levels, and so that's exactly where it came from.
And you never really know whose life you're impacting, because everyone doesn't say walk up to you and go, Miss Tawana, thank you for changing my life. But you know,
You
a lot.
never know. You never ever know. Even my mom, she'll see people and they'll be like, "You're Tawana's mom." Oh, and they'll say something that I did to change their life. And
Hmm.
that's what I tell people all the time. You just never know if people going through having a bad day. You
Right.
never know what you do in that moment, how it's going to affect them in with the next thing that they choose to do. And so that's just one thing I'm always conscious of.
Hmm.
And I'm sure some people probably like, well, she's kind of you know, put together all the time. I don't try to be put together all the time because that's kind of fake. But I do try to make sure I'm setting a good example because I want other people to understand that, you can do whatever. But also when I do make mistakes, I'm very transparent about that. And you have a lot of people who try to hide those things. And I'm very transparent because I'm not perfect.
Wow, that's good. That's good. I turned a page from you talking about being a game changer to the very next page where you're referencing your idea and desire ideal and desire to be an FBI agent, and you also talked about your soulmate being from the exact same background, and you wanted him to be an intelligent businessman. After living a few years in life, do you still see yourself with a mate or a soulmate such as this? Now I
Yeah,
know the answer because we just
I
talked.
mean, I mean, the way that you putting it now, yes, I still see myself with that, but not in the package that I envisioned it in. Let's say that.
Oh, wow, that's
Not in
good.
the package, because when you have dated and you've dated a certain idea of a person and a guy who is a business person or well put together, and then you see that what they care about is not you, or you're not first. But then you might date someone who still has those business characteristics and stuff like that. He not well put together, but you come first. I mean, for me, I'm gonna sign up for that all day, right? I
There
mean,
you go.
like, I mean, and even with traditional roles, like guys have these idea of traditional roles that women have. I'm not a traditional woman. So if it's, guys, the guy that I envision myself with wants a traditional woman, and I'm not that.
Hmm.
Like we need to share cooking duties. I'm sorry.
Hey, hey, listen, T. Well, I'm not saying nothing, but I can burn in the kitchen. That's all I'm gonna say.
Exactly. Like, but see, what they don't understand is that's the way to our heart. A man that can cook, oh, I'm there all day. Me and my best friends, that is our thing. Like the two of them, their husbands cook.
Hmm.
Like they love that. I mean, and you just opt for that. Like I'm just opting for having a relationship that I'm not expected to be superwoman, and I'm not expected to be at home either, because I
Right.
do the work and contribute and have a good time. But the idea of like a soulmate, nah, I don't really think that exists. Or maybe there's multiple soulmates and you just have to meet at the same time,
Hmm.
you know.
Let me write that down, so when we're off air, we can discuss
No, I'm just saying, I mean,
that.
it's just important that you know what you value. And what I valued when I was a 16-year-old girl to now, I'm not gonna say how old I am, but it's just different. The things that mattered to me then, like, okay, this is how I put it to my friends. When you are young, the only thing that matters is that he's nice looking, right? He don't have to have nothing, but when you older, like he gotta have some money to take you out on dates and all that.
That's
So all
all you
that other
bringing to the
stuff just
table.
kind of go like he gotta pay some bills, he gotta be able to take care of himself, he gotta have a car, like all those things that you
Yeah.
want him to have. But when you're a kid, I mean, y'all could be on the bus together. You don't care about all that stuff. Like you just don't care about it. I mean, so
Well, let's go back down memory lane, if you will. Since you brought that up, so I kept reading,
mhm.
and I mean, I kept reading. I was like, it was like, Terrence, you
You
got a
can't
phone.
tell the whole book. What else you read? What else you read?
It's like, Terrence, you got a phone call. Okay, you take that call. I'm reading right now. But you make a decision. I believe you were 15, possibly
Yes.
getting ready to
Mhm.
be 16. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Um, what was this decision you made, and can you kind of paint the picture for the audience of why you chose to make this decision based upon some things that you had already said? I'm trying not to give everything away. I want
Um.
them to be excited, but
Yeah. I mean. Yeah. Trying to figure out how to say this without like. I mean, so I had twins at the age of 16. That's basically how Shine was born. So let's just start there, right?
okay.
And that's why the book is called Bruised and Broken, S.H.I.N.E. Deciding to have sex at an age of 15, first time with their dad, was a decision that was never in my plan, right?
Hmm.
But it happened, and I got pregnant, and I had twins, and they have been the best thing that ever happened to me in my entire life.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, but I was a girl who was never gonna have sex before marriage. I was a girl who was gonna be an FBI agent. I was all these things, and then I get pregnant and I have twins. Like
How did you?
monkey wrench in the whole plan.
Well, definitely that. But tell us, how did you feel in that moment? What was it that, once finding out, what was the emotion that
Uh,
overwhelmed you the most?
I was kind of disappointed. In Well, I was disappointed in myself, but I come from a family of a lot of boy cousins.
Hmm.
And for me, seeing their faces was like the worst thing of it all, honestly.
Wow.
Like all their faces was like, not her, right?
Hmm.
And so for me, and it wasn't like shame or anything because I guess there should have been, but I just don't come from a family where that was like nobody was like shaming me. You know, if anything,
Understood.
any of the pressure that I had, it was because of me. It was not because
Is
of my family.
is that why you chose to hide for so long?
Yes, I mean, how you gonna tell your mom you having a baby? Like, what is going on? Like,
I
like you just don't know what to say.
yeah.
You know,
Um, how did she respond?
she was like, "Well, finally you did something bad. I guess this is your bad thing." I was
Wow.
like, because she would even say that I had been a good child for so long that she was just like basically waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, what's
Hmm.
gonna happen? And so that probably was the worst thing that I ever did ever, but it wasn't a bad thing.
That's
Because
right.
they,
I need that to
yeah,
be known.
yeah. I mean, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, people probably be like, well, that was the bad thing, but it was not. It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
So one of the biggest portions for me, and please, I need you to give us as much as you possibly can. This was, and I may be skipping ahead. I don't know, but since you started talking about the kids, I had to focus on this. So you knew that you were pregnant with one child.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
were you under the impression that it was a boy or a girl or what?
No, I didn't know what I was having. Didn't want to know what I was having. Didn't care what I was. Well, I did care what I was having because I did not want a daughter.
Okay.
Lance did not want a daughter.
Why not?
I just don't really. Oh, I shouldn't say this because my nieces are gonna see this, and I love all of them to death.
Well, I
But
won't let this be a snippet on social media.
but I just never wanted a daughter. Like
The
to this
work?
day, like I don't like if my sons had sons and I had a bunch of grandsons, I would be happy.
Is
Like
it the work or
um,
what
I like girls, but I don't like girly. Like I do, I'm a borderline girly stuff, but I have more fun with the boys because we can wrestle. Like I need a granddaughter or a niece that likes to wrestle and stuff like that because
okay. Okay.
that's what I know how to do,
The
right?
rough and tough. I got you.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm the only girl. I have all brothers. Like I said, I grew up with mostly boy cousins.
Hmm.
Um, and so I'm just like girly stuff, like sitting, like I'll have tea parties and stuff, but I don't want to have tea parties all the time. I really want to like body slam and, like that's the stuff. I mean, it sounds crazy, but that's the stuff
No,
that's fun to me.
no, I've heard a lot of ladies.
Running around and like that kind of stuff, but the whole girly stuff and the makeup and the like one of my nieces now is in the makeup and she sends all these pictures with her face done and it drives me nuts, and I can't tell her don't do that because yeah, she I mean she's becoming a young lady, but I really like the times when we didn't do girly stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
So you knew of the one baby,
yes.
and I'm going to take you back to the birthing room.
So I mean, I have one baby. And then I'm sitting there waiting for the afterbirth, and then 30 minutes later, they like, it's another baby. So I had no clue that I was having twins. So they're 35 minutes apart. And they were saying push, and I kept saying no.
I'm telling you, I actually said I was going to write a note to you. I forgot to do it, but I actually laughed out loud at
Yeah,
work.
I
I
told them
was
no,
screaming.
and I told them no several times, and I even said, "Leave it in there. Like, I don't want it. You can leave it in there. Like, if it comes out, somebody can have it. Like, any of that stuff. I don't care. Where is this baby? Where did it come from? Who? Why is this my life?" And but he is the most amazing child. They both are. Like, He is everything that we needed to balance us out because the other one is exactly like me. No, the first one is exactly like me. And two of me is just not a good idea. So the other one kind of balanced everything out, right?
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
So God knew we needed him.
He always knows
Yeah.
exactly what you need and gives us that as well. Um, so you're now 16, you have kids, and you go back to school. Was that a drastic change for you?
No, not at all. Mm-mm. Nothing changed. It was I graduated on time, got everything done that I need to get done, and was out of there.
Was there any influences that helped you along the way at school, through the cheerleading, through your certain classes, if you were in any extracurricular activities, anything like that? Was there anybody that was like an influence in your life?
Influence, I would say not really influence, more of helpful. Like, I mean, you know this from being a rec maid, you form these friendships that last forever.
Hmm.
And so I had a group of friends who was always there for me and always, like supported me in everything I did and always supported the kids and stuff like that. And so those friendships are friendships that, you have forever. I mean, one of them, of even as an adult, not in the beginning, but part of, I guess it would be the last, I want to say the last maybe 7 to 8 years, Kiana,
Last
um,
name?
Johnson.
Oh, yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Uh-huh.
Kiana has been like a really, like in the last, just because of McMahon, she's been a really big influence, her and her husband in our life,
Okay.
because she lives close, and so now they have a son, and then I get to do the same thing.
Mm.
Go to his football games and that kind of stuff. But at McMahon, you just form these friendships that last forever, and
Hmm.
even if they don't start in high school, if you meet a Mustang right now,
Right.
it's something that you have, for the rest of your life. And so, yeah. So that's
I have noticed that even after moving to Houston, that those connections don't break.
no.
It's amazing. We could not talk for 5, 7, 10, 15 years, and you make that connection on social media, and you
Yep.
go, "I'm having a party. Where?
Yep.
What time?" And they're there, and I mean they come out in numbers.
Yep. Even if you got to travel, I mean, just what last weekend I was at Mia's party. Mia is from McMain. She was a year under me, and I traveled and went to New Orleans for
Diamond?
her birthday. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good friend of mine too.
yeah. And so, you know, you just try to make sure you're there for people, and like I said, those relationships that are formed there were relationships that actually helped me throughout the rest of my years, even
Hmm.
to now, with with the twins. So
Very good. Very good. Very good. So I want to shift gears um, to your career. What college did you go to?
so actually I have an associate's from Remington College, and
Hmm.
then University of Phoenix, but then I have an MBA from the University of Dallas.
My goodness, you just like school. Clearly,
I like to learn. I guess that's the reason why I was considered a nerd, but I do love to learn.
they often said to us that we were cerebral and nerdy like. Um, so I think that just continued in your life. So going through these careers are we I like to call them detours that lead to the path that you're choosing, or destiny, if you will. I read that you're in information technology. How did you shift into that realm?
Actually, whew, it just seemed like a good career path to be in, and so I went and took a couple classes, and within starting school, then I got into it and I loved it. I
Hmm.
like fixing things. I like fixing problems and issues and stuff like that. So with IT, it kind of gives you that fixing mentality. You're always fixing something or making something better. And so that's kind of how I got into it because I like to solve problems that are not people problems, I guess.
I was getting ready to nickname you Tawana the Fixer,
No, not
uh, the
problem.
problem solver.
Yes.
Um, but Terrence is in IT also, just to put that bug in your ear. I went to Xavier and majored in computers, so I'm pretty much in the same field with you.
So you understand.
I do the troubleshooting on a daily basis,
Yeah.
uh,
Yes.
and and yes, uh, you find yourself being in this place where you use a lot of analogies and alliterations and examples from the computer world
Hmm.
or from the technical age, and then you apply it to other areas of life, and I'm pretty sure you've done that.
Yeah. A lot.
So what do you do currently as far as IT?
So currently, I work on a system called JD Edwards,
Hmm.
PeopleSoft.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
yeah. So system admin for that.
Hmm. Well, I think we're gonna be talking. We will be talking. Um, before,
But I'm
but
trying to make a security. So I just got my security plus. I've got my cybersecurity.
oh,
So
she's
yeah.
about to
So
take a
trying to
shift.
shift into the whole
About to
security.
shift with the security. Yes, yes. I like more of the web design and analysis component. Security. I will call you when my company takes off at another level. I'll just say to, hey T, hey, it's your boy.
Yeah,
Come,
that's
come,
yeah,
come
that's
take
my
care of me.
character.
Come take care of me. So we're going to take a break before we dive into this next section, because I really have to listen to some things and I want our audience to pick up on what it is you have to say, because I know for you to shine, it took a lot. And so I want to share with them, and they get an understanding of where the shine uh, dimmed, if you will, until uh, the Father's light shined on you and made you shine bright again. So we'll be right back. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. No, wait. It's free. There's creation tools that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. No, wait, did you hear me? It is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I have on some shine.
We're back
We're
and
back.
we shining. Come
We're
on, T.
we're
Shine for us.
shining.
I'm determined
You're
to shine.
determined to shine. Yes.
This is from her apparel line that you can get on tawanaanderson.com. The one and only took out time for a fellow Mustang.
Always. Anything for a Mustang.
You know, I know this is gonna be my highest rated episode ever, because everybody loves Tawana. Just
I don't know
everybody
about all of
loves.
that.
Yeah, you know. So when did you say you coming to Houston?
I'm gonna look, we got to make it happen for real. Like I'm with it.
Yes, ma'am. We got to do that. I mean, we have a big Mustang following here. So I tell everybody, Houston is New Orleans the second.
I always say that. I always say that.
Yeah, I definitely believe that. So, does anything, I have to ask this, and please forgive me for my notifications. I have to ask this, T. I've seen you on Facebook. I've seen you on Instagram. I've seen you with pictures here, there, and everywhere. I mean, T, you have this illustrious shine about you, and I just want to know, does anything bother you? Because I mean,
Um,
if it's like you don't go through
yes,
nair every time
no. I mean, no.
I'm just like,
It's not. That's not true. That is not true. That is not true. Okay, I go through stuff. I have just chosen to live. A stuff happens is not the end lifestyle. So we, I mean, wasn't really gonna talk about it, but some people do know if you follow me on social media that I did get sick. 2018. Yeah, 2018. I got really, really sick, and S.H.I.N.E is the thing that actually saved my life. I just feel like that's what God gave me S.H.I.N E way ahead of time because He knew what I was gonna go through, in 2018. And so, even now, I'm when I wake up in the morning, I'm really tired. My body it just doesn't do what it normally do. But you'll never see me complain. You'll never see me down about it. Even when I was sick, my friends will all tell you that they had no clue that I was sick because I would still
wow.
show up. I would still show up. I was still there. I still did everything. The only thing that was changing after a while is I was on steroids, so my body started changing. But even with that, they always just be like, she hanging in there, like she's
Mm-hmm.
always there for us. There was never a time that I canceled on anyone or anything like that because, I mean, this is what my life is. I mean, stuff happens is not the end, and I can't encourage people to live a shine lifestyle if I don't do it myself. So I can't sit down. I mean, I can sit down when my body needs to sit down. So I don't want
Yes.
anybody to think that you have to push yourself like that.
Yes.
But you have to dig deep to continue to be the person that you were before when things happen because you don't want that self doubt to sit in. Because I could have sit in here. I mean, when I tell you nothing fit, oh my God, none of my clothes fit. I was just like, Lord, I had to go buy all new clothes. My face was like all chubby. I hated the way that I looked. There was a Shine and Dine that I do every year, and I had bought clothes for the Shine and Dine already. Knew what I was gonna wear, and everything. Could not put the clothes on. Okay,
Wow.
they did not fit at all, and everything in me was like, I don't want to do this, but I showed up anyway, and it
Mm-hmm.
was a lot of people who came to my event. It was they didn't even know I was sick. That was their first time seeing it, and that was my first time announcing it then. And everyone was just like, I just cannot believe that you have been going through all this stuff and nobody knew. And that's another thing. I think that with social media, I know that someone like me should share everything that you're going through. But also at the same time, I'm still a private person too. So I shared in the beginning when it first happened. And then once everything kind of in the middle, I shared. And then at the end, I shared, right? But I'm not the type of person that's going to share every day. I'm just not doing that.
Well, I was gonna say that to you. I mean, so many people are flabbergasted because of my struggle as well, and I don't feel that everything needs to be shared. I don't feel that all the details have to be given.
Mhm.
It's important to give a testimony at the end
Yeah.
to encourage. The word of God says that we overcome by the blood of the lamb and the word of our testimony.
Yeah.
So when you're in it, you're in the test.
Yep.
The money don't come till the end.
So
I'm sorry.
yes.
I'm showing my colors now.
No, I mean, no, it's true. And not only that, but I have two adult kids who don't live here and they're worried about their mom. I'm not gonna keep posting stuff on social media so they can keep feeling bad and they're not there and all that stuff. I'm not doing that to them. And
That's important. Yeah.
yeah, it is very important in I know some people be like, well, they share everything. I'm just not doing it to my family. I'm not doing it to my family. I'm just not gonna do that. And
Well,
no.
hey, guy, I don't remember their name. Can you give me the names real?
Oh, Kendrell and Terrell.
Yeah. Hey guys, Kendrell Terrell, she is doing great. She looks beautiful on camera. Do not worry. We
Yes,
good.
don't worry. Don't worry. But yeah, so for me, shine is a thing that actually keeps me going, and I just hope that it keeps other people encouraged as well. And when I say shine, I always make sure I say stuff happens is not the end. So if you don't remember nothing else, you remember stuff happens is not the end, because
I
that's really what it's about.
I wanted to connect to that. I was reading definitions for the word shine. The first thing I saw from Oxford says define shine means giving out a bright light, glowing, being bright with emotions, being very talented, and performing very well. Uh, I guess this is Webster or the online dictionary. It says um, a quality of brightness, especially from reflected light. And then the last one that I fell in love with, which I feel describes you perfectly, it says of the sun or another source of light, give out a bright light. Be very talented or perform very well. She shines at comedy was an example. So when I was looking at that and understanding how the sun and the moon work together, it basically brought the picture that the moon reflects from the sun and shines on us. And when I look at what you've created with Shine, you take the sun
Mhm.
and what he's given you,
Yeah.
you give to other people.
Yes.
You just reflecting what he gave you. And if I really believe, and I'm sure that's what you were just trying to tell us, I really believe that had it not been for his strength, you couldn't do what you do.
Nope, not at all. Because without him, nothing is possible. Like, and not only that, but I wouldn't be glorifying him if I didn't shine my light. Like, it doesn't make sense to have all these amazing things happen to you
Yeah,
and then you don't shine your light, because I always say light attracts light. And so if I'm gonna be out here shining, then I'm gonna attract other people that shine, and I'm
that's
gonna
it.
encourage them to shine. And the best part for me is when other people take the word and they use it for themselves, and they're like, oh, shine this and shine that. And to me, for some people they'll be like, oh, they're stealing your word. It's not my word. I didn't create the word, right?
Right.
But I'm influence other people to shine, and that's all I want to do. I don't care about anything else. I want other people to shine their life. I want them to understand that you there are going to be some dim days, don't get me wrong, but you have to get to that light, because that's the only thing that's going to save you. That's the only thing that's going to make things better. That's just how I feel.
That's an amazing answer. I did want to ask this one question since we were discussing Shine. Stuff happens. It's not the end, people. Um, what what steps, and I guess this is really tapping into your entrepreneur side, what steps did you have to take to create Shine after all that you had you've gone through, after uh, you've started a career in information technology and doing different things in that realm? What was it that finally was the moment to say, I have to do this, I have to add this to my resume, I have to create this?
So for me, the boys had just left to go to college, and they were home for the first time for Christmas. And I have this thing where I set goals, right? I always set goals for the year. And
Mhm.
so, and this is just giving you a backstory how Shine was created. So I sat there with other Mustangs and their families. We all in Atlanta. And I told everybody, okay, well, we're gonna meet downstairs and we're gonna all sit down with our life goals, right?
Okay.
And I realized that I didn't have a list of goals yet. And usually I'll have goals way in advance. but I didn't have my list of goals for the year yet. But I read something on Instagram that said, as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same.
Mm.
And I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna dim my light anymore. I mean, and you probably know this, being in IT, women in IT are a lot of times not respected,
You
in the
telling the
sense
truth.
of their voices always not being heard. Or, we sit in meetings and we just don't say anything because there's just so many men in there and everybody know everything more than us. So they say, right? And so I had figured, like, in my career, I was like, man, I just be dimming my light. I don't never come at them. I don't ever, but this year I'm going to shine. That's what I told myself, right? But then on the other hand, I told myself that I wanted to do something for teen moms. I wanted to create an organization for teen moms.
Okay.
And the word shine just kept coming to me because my sons will tell you this. I've been telling them this since they were 5. If you don't grind, you don't shine. That's always been our motto. Always, always, always. The word shine has been a part of life. For some people, like, shine is new. This is nothing. For 20 years, this word has been our word. And so one day in the middle of the night, I just woke up in the middle of the night and God gave me stuff happens, it's not the end. And you just combine the whole thing. Like, you want to not dim your light, you want to shine, you want to help teen moms. And then in the trying to help teen moms, it made it whereas shine was for everybody, right? I specifically focus on women and young girls, but it's for everyone, you
Okay.
know. And so that's really how shine came about.
I
And that's how,
appreciate
yeah,
you.
and that's
I'm
how
just saying.
it came. Yeah. It just came to me that way. But it was in the middle of the night. God woke me up out of my sleep, and it was stuff happens is not the end. I was like, well, there we go.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. So in doing that, in creating shine for others, um, at this point, 2020,
Mhm.
how do you feel that the creation of shine has changed your life, uh, both spiritually, emotionally, as well as financially?
I feel that it has changed my life in a way that I'm intentional, right? Like, I've always, like, pick a word to, like, I'm going to be intentional. No, I'm intentional about my life. I'm intentional about my light. I'm intentional about the things that I do. And to me, that's more important than, like, just going about doing things. No, Shine has made me more intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just happy that I can actually, like, live that's like so people, 2020 is like, okay, 2020 has really been a bad year
Mm-hmm.
for some people, right? And at this moment, I know that there's a lot of people, even in the beginning of the pandemic, there was a lot of people reaching out talking about something. This is with the time that we need shine, right? We need
Mm-hmm.
shine in a pandemic. But honestly, I had nothing to say, right? And it would probably be strange to people, but I didn't have anything to say because there's so many people going through so much stuff, and there's things that
Right.
I'm going through myself that sometimes you just get tired of talking, right?
So you try right now, T, you trying to get an offering is what it sounds like. So let's
Saying, like, you just get tired of
cash
talking.
app.
Like I can tell you things over and over and over again. Like, there are so many videos that I've been wanting to do, and I say I'm gonna do them. One of them I wanted to do on what did you do during this time. You want to know what I did during COVID? I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a Security Plus certification. I got a Cisco certification. I took an AWS class. Like,
Work
that's what I did during COVID.
grinding. Yeah.
And I guess it would have been great to be online and telling people, hey, you should be learning something. You should be reading something. Yeah, maybe I dropped the ball on shining my light to help other people shine that way. But that's how I think with shine. I'm
Yeah.
taking the parts that people would see as being negative and turning them into something positive for myself.
Dear, please don't put that burden on you because we all this was life being different for everyone.
Yeah.
And if we're all sensitive to the voice of God, then you should have known, and I'm saying you in a general sense,
Yeah.
you should have known that you have to do something different that you haven't done before. You have to go after something, because when this is over, you know what I'm saying? Life is not going to be the same. So
No.
you have to be prepared for that difference. And if you're not, by empowering, by grinding, if you're not in that place right now, then you're going to miss the ball. You're going to miss the boat. And I'm sorry to you. I just have to agree with you. Not only that, we know if and this is grace talks. We grow with a
Mhm.
little grace. That's what we do.
Yeah.
um I'm going to say this: we always end up in the Bible. It never fails. Jesus got away. He taught the people, he performed miracles, but then he got away at a certain point.
That's what Pastor Frederick say. Pastor Frederick say quarantine ain't nothing new. He's like Jesus went in quarantine, and y'all understand. Like,
So you have to have that quiet times. I'm listening to Pastor Vernon right now in a new series called Reset,
mm-hmm.
and he's doing it in an acrostic version. So he's on the letter S now,
Oh,
and the S stands for strategy. He preached a sermon on Sunday. I need a new strategy. That's what I feel in the pandemic. So T, what you did was you created yourself a new strategy that will
yes.
put you in a different place when this all ended. A lot of people, if they were smart, they should have been investing.
Yep. Yep.
Forex, just gonna drop that seed in case no one has heard that word before. Hit me up on social media. Forex, foreign exchange currencies. Y'all need to get in the game. Y'all need to get in the game. So T, I applaud you for taking that moment to gather yourself,
Yeah. Because it
because
was important. It was important for me. Like, I mean, yeah, we're out here trying to save lives and stuff like that, but you just get smacked with this whole pandemic. Things are shutting down, and it's just like, what do I do next? Like,
but
what's
who's to
next for
say
me?
that God didn't allow certain illumination to happen while you were getting those licenses and certifications that you can apply to shine in
Yep.
the next season? You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? I wasn't in that class with you.
Trust me, the conversations that I've been having today and yesterday, um, there's gonna be some stories to tell that people are just really gonna be encouraged about during this season.
I believe you wholeheartedly. And we're going to use that as a moment to gather ourselves and take a quick break. And we will be right back with the one and only Tawana and Shine. Come back.
In life, we all ask the questions: why me? Why now? And why did this happen to me? But if we are honest with ourselves, as we keep living, we realize it had to happen. Why? Fate, purpose, destiny. In the long-anticipated release from G4 Life Publishing Company, author Terrence Williams takes us on a journey of some of life's lessons he has learned. On this journey, we find lessons which include makeover, it wasn't all her fault, legacy, and moving forward backwards. He encourages the reader to embrace the reality we all must face at some point in life, that whether you believe it or not, it had to happen.
Available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and at ithadtohappen.org. Wow. T, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to let you go tonight. I really, I mean, it's like we're just sitting on the sofa having a conversation, really.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me.
Thank you so much. I'm telling you, you got to get to Houston. Whether outside of Shine Conference, you're gonna have to come chill with us because we parties hard in
I know
Houston.
y'all do, but yeah, I know y'all
Yeah,
do.
yeah. At the
I'll have to do
Destination
that, and then we'll have to figure out a Shine conference. We'll just make all this stuff happen. Yeah, I'm with it.
So I'm sure everyone wants to know what's next for Tawana and what's next for Shine. Can you give us some insight? Give us the tea without, telling us everything. What's next for the
Um,
children, for the business, whatever.
well, the children need to stay put. That's what they need to do because they are talking about me traveling. They have lived in so many states. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, and they just turned 25 and they have lived in at least 4 or 5 states between the two of them. Like, well, yeah, no, it's probably like 7 between the two of them.
Okay.
So they need to be still. What's next for Tawana is I would love to make a workbook to kind of accompany the book. I'm still working on that as far as what I want it to look like. So it'll be something that I want to do. Also, I want to create something to show people how to live a shine lifestyle because there are steps that you can take. There's things that you can do daily to actually live a shine lifestyle. Tawana is transitioning into new works and jobs, and if God says the same, something like that will be happening soon.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and so that's what's next for me, and just really just kind of giving myself grace. And if these things happen sooner or later, also I hope to be getting my next Shine trip. So I do these things called I do have a segment of the business called Shine Travel.
Okay.
And last year we took our first trip to Tulum, Mexico, and I created Shine Travel for women who don't have other women to travel with.
Oh
And
wow.
so just create these group trips for us to go, and we do like, really good stuff. But you also on a Shine trip is going to be something adventurous because I want you to do something and get out of your comfort zone that you haven't done before.
I heard you say women shine
Yeah.
travels.
Yes. It is just for women. We haven't done anything co-ed yet. Nothing yet. I mean, we'll have to figure that out. But it's just been women so far. So we'll just have to try to figure that out in the future, and just do a
Hmm.
group trip.
Yes. Let's do it. Shine cruise travel.
Yes, yes. But
Yes.
yeah, that's what I'm working on and just trying to actually just stay above water right now and keep my spirits up because unlike some people, I know everybody's out and about a little bit more. I've been trying to get out a little bit more, but the truth is I probably shouldn't be out as much. So I do take some time to stay in, and that does kind of suck a little bit.
Take some time, smell, see, view, sit. I saw the picture. I believe was that your backyard?
Yes, my
Um,
yard is gorgeous.
you talking about being out? They would just really think I had lost my mind. Because,
It's
I mean, my
gorgeous.
backyard looked like that. I would not. I would just order my groceries in and order food in and packages and
It's
just be in the
gorgeous.
backyard. Yes,
Yes.
but it was very beautiful. It was very beautiful.
Thank you.
Um, so as we come to the end of this awesome episode, what we usually do at the end of every episode, because we want everyone to grow with a little grace, we created what's known as the grace moment. And this is the inspirational moment. This is your thought of the day or thought of the week or uh, provoking people to action or whatever your final words are to our listening audience. We would just like them to grow with some grace from Tawana and her shine. So I'm gonna give the floor to you. You just let me know when you finish, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so my grace moment would be God sends you what you need when you need it. Like he just sends it to you. And so we were talking about my yard. So my grace moment is gonna include my yard. I have lived in this house for 13 years.
Mm.
My yard has not been like done at all. And I have a friend who loves to do yard work, and he came over and he made my yard beautiful. And my son said, Mom, I feel bad because we never did that for you or never did that in your yard. And I said, but we didn't see the vision, right? We didn't have the vision for the yard. Like we didn't, that just wasn't a thing of ours, right? And so sometimes it takes for another person to see the beauty in something for us to see it, right? And that's okay. But you allow them to have a little rain, to do what they want to do in that area and make it beautiful. And I promise you, I mean, all my friends are like, when are we going to have a picnic in your yard? When are we going to do something in your yard? Like the yard is beautiful. He did the most amazing job. And I did not see the beauty. We did not see the whole family, the three of us. We didn't see the beauty in it. But sometimes it takes for someone else to come along and see the beauty. And I just want to say that I see the beauty in all of us. And now is your time to shine. Like my yard is shining because someone else. And so let other people in. Don't have those brick walls up.
She was throwing it, y'all.
Don't have those brick walls up because honestly, if I had a brick wall up, my yard would not be as beautiful as it
Wow. So I'm gonna take that on so many levels. I'm just gonna receive that on so many levels.
is. Yes.
So T, again, I'm grateful for you taking this time. I need you to tell us, how can we communicate? How can we contact, connect, follow Tawana Anderson and S.H.I.N.E?
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at Tawana TAWANA_shine. Also, there is a Facebook group called S.H.I.N.E Lifestyle Group. It's kind of private, so you'll have to look for it. And it's just a group of women who actually
Tell
share
us. I'm
things,
feeling it. I'm feeling it.
who actually share things in the group. Also, you can see me on, well, go to my website at www.tawanaanderson.com. You can purchase the book there. If you purchase the book from my website, I will make sure I sign it. The book is also on Amazon as well. And that's where you can find me, Tawana_shine on Instagram. Follow me, comment, share, like. If there's something that you want to talk to me about, or you can always message me. And also, tanderson@tawanaanderson.com is my email address. But I'm always here. I love to help. I love to be a part of things. If you have anything in the Dallas area where you need volunteers and things like that, don't hesitate to reach out, because I mean that's what I'm here for. And my gift is actually helping hands. When it comes to stuff like that, I'm not that creative, but I can definitely move some things around and set some things up.
Trust me, when I say this girl is a workaholic, T, how long it took us to get this?
I'm so sorry. I had another event. Actually, I had an event on Sunday. It didn't take no pictures. It's the worst thing ever. I'm like, I didn't take no pictures. That's how busy things were. And then I was doing some travel stuff because, I do that as well. It's just so much going on right now, but I am very
Never
happy in this season.
satisfied. She's always trying to grow and shine a little more. But
Yes.
again, when I tell you, I'm not just saying this because the author is in front of me, but this book is a page turner. I'm going to also say to every Mustang out there, the whole world can buy the book, definitely. But we've been noticing on social media that Mustangs are supporting authors like crazy. I just put out a new book and they're going haywire, and every author. So I'm going to say this, a special shout out to the Mustangs. Please support our own. She is our own. Let's support her and make her a bestseller on Amazon. I don't know if you have a rating for your website to do the same thing, but either buy the book from her website or from Amazon. She will sign the book. You've had book signings already.
Yes, I had. I did have one in New Orleans as well. Yep,
Now, how
I
about
did.
that?
It was
I think
really
I'm gonna
good.
have to see if I can join the Shine caravan. Hint.
Yes, it was a really good signing. Yeah, it was very emotional to go back to where it all started and do,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I can imagine. Well, I don't want to take up no more of your time or our listeners. We've had an awesome time, and I just thank you from
You're
the bottom
welcome.
of my heart for being there for me and my efforts and our new venture. And I'm praying for even greater things. Shine the second volume or whatever else that
Book
God
number
gives
two.
you. Huh?
Book number two.
Yes, yes. Whatever God gives you, we're ready for it. So, as we say all the time as we sign off, this has been Grace Talks. Uh, let's make sure we remember in everything that we do, not to just live, but grow with a little grace. Until next time, this is T signing off. Talk to you soon.
If you have a question or would like us to discuss a specific topic, Grace Talks wants to hear from you. You can email us at gracetalks@graceforlife.com. That's grace_talks@grace-4-life.com.